Hello guys, I am OG back with another Etheria restart video. Today, I'm going to talk about another champion or unit, Animus, in this game. And currently one of them is Hellkid. So it's been a while I haven't been trying to build for him, and he is like I think two of the last one of SSR that I haven't built yet. So let's try to learn what he can do first. So his element is a reason or a red, and then he's kind of like hybrid, can be support, can be DPS. So let's start by the first skill. So the first one is Shadow Briar. This one deal 240% damage to a single enemy with a 50% chance to inflict one stun, one turn stun. And then the chances increase 100% if Hellkid has Shroud Barrier. So this barrier is like a shield that can absorb damage and grant immunity against all the buff for its duration. So this is one of the best protection for you and your team. The second skill is a Crystal Strike. So Hellkit deal 300% damage to all enemies and 100% chance to inflict attack down 40%. If Hellkit has the barrier, 50% of the damage dealt will be added to the Shroud barrier, up to maximum of 150% of his own attack. So his Shroud barrier is based on his attack in most cases. And then this one, the ultimate, is the one that gives Shroud barrier to all your team. So first he deal 3 hits of 110% damage to all enemies, and then apply the barrier equal to 300% of his attack to all allies. So this will give protection for your character for all of your team also. In terms of skill build, I think I would just leave this one at level 1. You don't really need to max it at all because you most likely want to do it when you have the Shroud barrier to give the stun, right? So raising the chance for this stun, it doesn't really matter because you will be likely have the barrier that give 100%. And then for the damage, it doesn't really be different. And for the Crystal Strike, I could argue that it's good to do up to level 4, but I think even level 1 is also fine. You don't really need too much of this because attack down is good, but the cost of level 4 is quite a lot of skill point, right? So when I'm building him, I will prioritize Shroud Barrier to level max first because you want to make sure that you can spam this skill every single time, like as much as possible, right? So when you make it cooldown by reduce one turn and then raise the shield barrier value 300% attack, that's a big deal because then it will last longer, at least like one more turn than if it's lower. So that's one of the reason why if you want to build Hellkit, you have to max this ultimate skill to make sure cooldown reduced by 1. But if you cannot, level 4 is also very good enough because it's where you get the highest value of the Shroud barrier to 300% attack. Alright, so that's for the skill build since I don't have the unit yet. So I'm just reviewing from here. But for the model, I already set it up in my other character that I was prepared for him because I don't have him yet. So we will use this as a pretend that it is him. Okay, so this is the model that I would use for the Hellkit. The first one is a Swift Rush, and then Swift Rush to 12 matrix and Bramble to 9 because the Bramble offers you a 25% counter attack with the basic attack. Now we understand that his basic attack has 100% chance to stun enemy, right? So he is very good in PvP when you want to give a counter attack when he's tanking the damage and give them a stun. And then other than that, the swift rush speed is very important because you want to make sure you always act first to give this shield and also the immunity to all CC, which is very important in PvP. So Hellkid is more of a PvP unit than PvE because all of his kits is like protection, immunity to CC, and then giving a CC like stun. So that's one of the reason why you want to just use him mostly for PvP. And then for the stat, I try to get the effect accuracy, and then effect resistance just to make sure he doesn't get CC'd. So in here I got effect accuracy 127% and then effect res 80%. So that's not so bad because yeah. Other than that, you can also argue to get if you have enough mats for this one. So you can also either click to give more CC because this one give effect accuracy and HP, right? But because I don't have the shell for that yet, I haven't finished the nightmare. That's why I don't use it. And then for the bramble, you can just aim anything that raise attack, and that's because the more attack he will also give the more value for his shield. So there are two options. Whether you want to go on a CC build that giving more like debuff, like attack downs, a stun, or you want to go on highest shield protection. So when you go on higher shield protection, you want to go focus on the highest attack. So in here you will choose attack 50% instead, like something that give attack. Let's see. So let's assume attack bonus here. So you will go for attack 50% swift rush because it will raise a lot more of his shield, and the shield is very important because it's offer a protection for your team. So in this build, if you want to give the most protection for your team, you want to pump as much attack as possible because his value of the shield is 300% of the current attack. So if he has like, let's see what is my highest attack unit. I think it's this guy. Like this guy has 5,000, almost 5,000 attack. So 300% of that is 15,000 shield. So that's a lot, right? That's almost full max HP to your DPS. So that's why if you want to be more on protective shield, you want to go for the attack. But at the same time, you always have to use the swift rush because you always want to act first as a Hellkid. So there is two direction, whether swift rush with the debuffing effect accuracy, or you can go with attack percent. So that's all your option that you can build with him. And then for the prowess, the skill we already talked. So you want to max the ultimate skill first, and then the rest is optional to you. I would argue the second skill is good enough, but yeah, number one always have to be max on the ultimate. And then for the shell, I will use this alicorn because of the bramble and swift rush combo, and it's also give if the owner get the debuff, dispel two of them and increase the resistance for everyone debuff dispel for 2 turns. So just in case in PvP you get the buff, you will has increase by 20% for every debuff dispel, and then you will remove 2 of them. So that's very good for PvP in case your enemy has faster speed and then debuffing you. So that's one of the reason why I choose alicorn. And then for the passive effect, you can choose either attack percent, but it's also okay to go for a defensive like HP or but I will choose attack percent most of the time because this will increase the shield. And then for the passive slot 2, you want to go for the speed. Always want to get the shadow dash. That's the best. You cannot use any other else in this slot. Okay, but the worst case, if you cannot get the shadow stars, you can also use the one that's raised the shield provided by 10%. So in case you get the shield 10% increase, which is also fine, because that's a lot of extra shield for your barrier. And then for the passive 3 slot, this one I would have another option is like reduce the final damage taken is good. This has so many options in here, because you can also go for this reduce final damage taken by 12% if you have highest speed, or you can also do if the Animus apply healing or shield in battle, increase the final damage of the target by 1.5% and up to 5 stacks. So Hellkid gives a lot of shield, right? So when he do that, it increased by 1.5% of their final damage. If you have 5 stack, that's 7.5%, which is always good. And other than that, this one is also good. At the start of the battle, increase the Animus accuracy effect and resistance by 60%. This reduced by 20%. Or also this one, gaze. Yeah, so the 3 slot is very optional. It has many options that you can do. I currently have no resource to reset, so I just use whatever they give it to me. But otherwise, I would reset this and reset this, and this one is fine. But yeah, I would also reset that. So that's it for the guide of the Hellkid, guys. If you have any other advice or different build, please let me know, and then we can discuss it in the comment down below. And see you for the next video.